Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Today we've got the pretty good TV shows. Two of them I'm gonna really just go through everything because such brave girls from 2023 actually, and I only I really watched it like 3 times probably, so I'm gonna really break down a little bit things because I have some pretty good um episode 5, which is mostly you know contains that scene that we are interested in. So we're basically doing some type of music videos, and it's mostly focused on lesbian and straight couples, but more often than not, it's a lesbian couple. So this time we have Such Brave Girls TV show from UK and one Spanish TV show, which is called it's called What Are You Waiting For? What Are You Waiting For is actually not the original title. The original title in Spanish, and if I understand correct, it's should be like it should be pronounced like okay, ¿qué estás esperando? I'm not good at Spanish. Sorry for that, but probably it's not that matter because most important part is that we have good content. So we actually yesterday we made a video using 3 different TV shows, and I just put one extra TV show to fill my video with more content, like different interesting content. And probably this video performing pretty good because as of now it has some pretty good numbers. So you can actually find it and watch it on my YouTube main page, regular videos. But today I'm gonna actually discuss more Spanish TV show. That Spanish TV show from like October 2024, because this is the recent one and this is probably the best one to break a little bit down things, what happened. And actually, Such Brave Girls is gonna be mentioned as well because both TV shows they have more in common than I thought. Than I thought initially. Before going live, I thought that it's gonna be only about one TV show, but I realized that they are similar and they are both some kind of mixes of comedy and drama, but mostly it's comedy. But it's not that irritating humor when you're getting too much cringe jokes, that could actually annoy you like easily, And I'm gonna start with ¿Qué estás esperando? What Are You Waiting For? Spanish TV show from H3 Media. So I have already I have known that production studio because like year ago or something, I actually I did some stuff with their other TV show, and that was Zoras. So Zoras basically is the same type of, like the same format of TV show as this Que Estás Esperando. They are basically even similar because they have the same theme, the same focus, in like the same center of all the actions, you know, because basically ¿Qué estás esperando? What are you waiting for? It's basically focusing on some type of club for, you know, for people who are single or who's looking for some type of, you know, sexual or not relationship. It's just sexual entertainment, and they actually looking for pleasure in this type of place. They can get easily whatever they want without, you know, like without too much talking to someone. They can actually just get in and get wherever they want, like for free probably. Or I don't know how it works because we don't get any explanations about this place, how it works, if there any fee, and you know, like to enter this community or something. I don't know how it works, but I do know that in Zora's TV show we had some type of place like this, and there was only for certain people, like exclusively, you know. So if you enter that club, you have kind of code. So every time something is gonna happen at that place, you will get some kind of notification, so you will never miss like any events or something. So basically, this is what I think this place is, because it were only 2 episodes. We didn't get any information about this place, but the most important thing that I don't understand Spanish at all. I can only like understand things based on the context. So the context is something that helps me to understand what they are talking about, because if you actually look at all the characters, it's kind of, you know, easy to understand their actions if you just understand the what type of character it is, what type of actions he or she basically does, you know. And based on that, you can actually understand without understanding foreign language. So, you know, it's like kind of deduction or something. So the main character is this man whose name is Jan or Jan, I don't know, but they say like they call him Jan, so we gonna do the same. He's a pilot. He working on some airlines in Spain, or in Mexico, because this is a Mexican TV show, so it's obviously that he works on Mexican airlines. And basically, I must be wrong because, uh, it's Spain, yes. Sorry. So I thought it's Mexico because some actors, I previously really saw them participating in Mexican TV shows, and I think that some of them are Mexican. So this is why I thought that TV show is Mexican. But it's just Spanish TV show. It's not any other country involved. So Jan and Sonia, two main characters, who actually met at the very beginning, but they didn't know actually that they were going at the same place for that type of entertainment. I have already explained to you what this place was, so they were not aware of each other at that place. And throughout episode 1, they do not have any idea that they actually attending the same place like regularly, and these scenes, they are just showcasing how basically every morning starts for them. They basically have some type of affairs, like it looks like every day a new person, and they just taking them out of the apartment, and this looks like kind of affairs without any actual emotions involved. And we can see that it's so embarrassing sometimes, but basically it's just one every day, a new person in your home, and you two were spending some time together, but you don't have any connections, any emotional connections. You don't have any you probably don't have anything in common, so you basically just spending time together for just for pleasure, let's say, like you're just satisfying your needs. So after they demonstrated what type of life they live, we can understand that Sonia, she's mostly really kind person, and every time she getting someone in her house, like this man or anyone else, she's trying to she's trying to give him a coffee every morning, like she's making a coffee for any person in her house, even though it could be like a total complete stranger. It doesn't matter for her, but for anyone, because they only spending time together like one night, one situation, and after this you can just get that person out of your house, out of your home, or apartment, like without any explanations. Just get out of here. You got what you wanted, I got what you wanted, so there is nothing more for us to, to discuss, or there's nothing else, but she's basically trying to kind of, she's trying to leave some kind of good vibe after everything happened. She's trying to still a little ease things, just ease it up, to leave that person feel like, you appreciated like his efforts, But what I really think is happening is that every person they taking home every night is someone from that club. That club is called Zafiro. It's like a club for exclusive list of persons who's gonna get some pleasure for probably some amount of money. I don't think that is free, but who knows actually what they are giving in return. We do not know, and we didn't get any information about this. So Sonia basically she works in some kind of like design studio. I don't know actually, but based on what I watched, it looks mostly it looks like some type of shop, or I don't know, saloon or something, like for people to get some decorations for their houses, for events, and she not just selling things, but she actually organizing everything, and she organizes all this place, and it looks like everyone actually doing some kind of the same work as she does, because they all just look working on at this place, but they are not like in charge or something. They're basically just some kind of sellers, and at the same time they are kind of designers, but Jan works again on airlines, so she is a pilot, comandante, and he has a father who's basically a really like busy person, some kind of entrepreneur. So he gets like he gets to see his father like not so often, and they do not have like really good relationship. It's just what I understood, watching this, and it's just what I really think their relationship is, because they do not look like they have a lot of things to talk about, because basically he works totally in the in different industry, and his father some kind of director or kind of office man. So their relationship is just not looking really good, you know. And his father got irritated that his son getting his office without like any, you know, without any notifications from his secretary. So this is like kind of demonstration of what their relationship is, you know, how difficult it is. And this is Sonia's mother, who's basically, again, a really rich person. They both have rich families, rich parents, but they work at some kind of irregular works, so they do not like get a lot from their parents, you know. But I don't really know a lot about this. It's just what it looks like, you know. And her mother actually is a really interesting character because, you know, I'm gonna talk about this a little bit later when we're getting some kind of situation that would actually explain a lot of things about her mother, about the character. This woman, I do not actually know a lot about her because this is probably the most one of the most interesting characters in this TV show. ¿Qué estás esperando? What are you waiting for? TV show, but I do not know about her because there wasn't a lot of there wasn't any situation when I could really read her character based on her actions, not on her words, because I do not speak Spanish, so I cannot really just, you know, listen to everything and hear her voice or something, hear her, you know, thoughts. I can only just, you know, spectate their actions and make some type of, you know, conclusions. The only thing I really understand is that she works on the same airline and she has her husband or boyfriend working at the same place, and they basically, you know, have a lot of situations like on the plane when they are involved in some kind of sexual relationship. So we can actually understand that they are a couple and they are a family or almost a family. I do not know how close they are, but they live with each other, but they have a lot of struggling. So this is gonna happen a little bit later. But at this point we have Jan, who is basically, you know, a really organized person because of course he is a pilot, so he has a really tight schedule. He, like, you know, basically gets a lot of flights like every week probably. So after one of those flights, he and his sister they actually getting their parents home for some type of lunch, and this is his sister, who's basically probably one of the most amazing, good, like really good character. Just because I really like this actress, and what she does in this TV show is just amazing job. It's not only amazing because she is a lesbian in this TV show, and uh, this is, of course, this is a really good character because the way that the actress plays, the way that she, it looks like she doesn't even play anything. She just portraying the same person that probably she is in real life, but not like totally the same person, because I don't really think that you know, she does the same things like smoking or drinking a lot, because in this TV show basically they showing like she has a lot of bad habits, smoking, drinking, and basically she's so focused on some kind of drama with your family, because they cannot accept their daughter is a lesbian. They cannot really admit it, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like it bothering her a lot. It's mostly like, you know, the fact that your family couldn't actually accept who you are, you know. This is so much irritating her. And even in this situation, Jan, he's trying to, you know, take care of her, even though they both like really grown asses, like, you know, they grown people, and they do not seem like they need any help, third party help, or any you know, like any other people involved. But at the same time, we can see that they're still so they depend on their parents, and probably this is like the most important thing. This is the most important thing in this TV show, how they're trying to focus on relationship between parents and their kids, like mostly grown kids, like grown asses kids, like this man looks like, you know, 35 years old or something, and his sister basically like 31, 32 years old or something like this. But they still have kind of childhood dramas or something, like, you know, and a lot of issues with parents, of course. This is probably the most common thing for every like human being, you know, to have any type of childhood drama with your parents. You know, it could be anything, like, you know, actually. So when they got this house, they met this person who is basically Sonia's sister. So Sonia, who is a main character, she has two sisters, and this is one of her sisters, and her name is Ruth. I don't know. Sometimes it sounds like Uru, but sometimes they actually pronounce it like root. So let's say root, you know. and she's obviously she is a lesbian. We can see it from the very beginning of this situation, like the way they looking at each other, the way they, you know, trying to hide that attraction, probably. And of course, this is so funny. Any like this situation when when we have on the background like something like his sister drinking the whole glass of wine or something, and this is so like funny, grotesque situation. When everything is so you know everything is actually so everything is portraying like every character pretty good, because every situation like actually tells a lot of about a character. Like, for instance, Sonia getting this house with uh all this stuff, because she's basically taking her daughter for sport, and she getting actually with all this stuff, she getting this house without any without any, I don't know, like she looks like totally she's confusing a lot her mother, because she didn't prepare a lot for this meeting or something. And it's actually what got her mother irritated a lot. And probably the only person who got irritated is that was her mother, who's got irritated by her daughter looking, her daughter hairs, her daughter what she wearing, what she carrying to that house. All that things got her mother pretty embarrassed. And this is explanation for why their relationship is so bad, because back in her childhood, Sonia actually back on those back to her childhood, she actually did some type of sports, but after a lot of things happened to her, she dropped out of every like every type of activity that would satisfy her mother. So this is why the relationship is so bad, because it looks like her mother actually she always like wanted her to be a sportsman or some kind of a person with a huge career, but like her current job doesn't look like it's satisfying her mother, you know. So it's basically, again, it's like, again, the most common thing for any relationship with parents, when what you do is not actually in any way satisfying your mother's or your father's, you know, needs, let's say, or their expectations for you. And Sonia's sister, she is a doctor, and her mother introducing her as a doctor, and she's so enjoying to introduce her, because probably she's more happy with her daughter being a doctor than Sonia being a kind of designer, but not like, you know, not like any successful designer, just a seller at some type of shop. So this is basically like introducing her daughters, ignoring Sonia's job a lot, because she only focusing on her two daughters, Lydia. Her name is Lydia, and this woman is her name is Ruth, and she's basically only focusing on their jobs, and she's trying to introduce them, ignoring her, like probably ignoring Sonia. So after this, we can see the tension that is actually getting worse, because all the lunch or dinner, it's probably, it looks more like dinner, because we can see it's dark, and it's obviously a dinner, and they're trying to you know, they're trying to settle down all the tension, but it's only getting worse. And the only thing I really enjoyed when I was watching this dinner, when I was watching this situation, because I didn't actually understand the main dialogue, what really, you know, like what really was told at this table, at this big table. But I understood a lot of things about all the characters and how they acting, you know. So we can see that the attraction between this woman actually getting it's getting bigger and bigger, and all the situation between like Sonia's mother and herself is getting worse and worse. So this is basically what happening at this huge table, when two families just, you know, gathered together. Both families they are kind of rich people. They do not have really need any you know, like they do not have a lot of things to discuss. It looks like they mostly talking about their kids and their jobs. This is like the most common subject. But it helped me a lot to understand the characters. When you have a situation like this, it could tell you a lot about all the characters. Like, if you do not understand Spanish, so basically, currently, there is no subtitles for this TV show. There is no English subtitles. The only way I can actually help you with understanding, with getting getting this TV show is you can actually just try to rewatch like 3-4 times every episode. It sounds crazy, but I did that, and as of now it's only 2 episodes, so there's no it's not too much. Basically, you're gonna spend like 1-2 extra hours, and after that you're gonna understand a lot of things. And even though you still don't understand like the main language, the like Spanish, but it's not really that matter, because I probably missed a lot of dialogues and their meanings, but I didn't miss the main thing, the main context, and I can really understand why they acted like this and why they did some things. So basically, they again, at the end of episode 1, they go into the same place. We got this place at the beginning, and at the ending of episode 2, they got the same club, Zafiro. And this time it's not the same. It's not totally the same situation, because they have already known each other with Sonia and Jan. They have known each other, so they have met each other. It's like totally different situation, of course. And they met, actually they cannot see each other. The only person who can see through this mirror, is Sonia. But Jan, he cannot really see anything, because from his side it looks like totally covered wall, and there was no there was no any like good view of what happening behind that wall. The only thing he can see is the freaking wall, so it's like totally covered. Of course, we can see a lot of things on the background, like two women kissing each other. So basically a lot of a lot of things happening on the background, and you just I just let you know that if you're gonna watch it, you're gonna know that a lot of things must be inappropriate for audience under 18, because basically what happening on the background is the most inappropriate things, because they are basically uh, demonstrating any type of sexual activity or something, and they're basically uh, wearing just nothing, so there is no cloth or hidden parts of body. They just exposing everything. So this is probably the most important part of this TV show, because H-Risk Media Productions, the production studio who's behind this TV show, they are known for this approach, when you're straightforwardly showcasing, when you do not try to hide everything, they actually just throwing everything into your face. Actually, sometimes it's too much, but in this TV show, I didn't see a single thing that would embarrass me too much, because, I have watched a lot of TV shows, so basically it's just kind of common for them to put a lot of vulgarity, like sexual relationships, but they do not show you like everything, like completely everything. Of course they hide the main, like all the parts they do not want to show you, but still it's like pretty straightforward. It's pretty vulgar, it's pretty inappropriate. Again, it's inappropriate for audience under 18. Of course it has age rate, age restriction for this recommendation, of course, for this TV show is 18 and above. So just be aware. And we have episode 2 at this point. Actually, I'm gonna talk a little bit about other TV show before we go and talk about episode 2. I want to just drive a little bit into Such Brave Girls again, because this is another good TV show which is basically so similar to that ¿Qué estás esperando TV show, because it has the same type of it has the same type of humor, and it looks like Such Brave Girls goes too far with that humor. Sometimes it's just too much, and you would get a lot of jokes you would not understand if you do not understand English, like really good understanding of English would help you to understand all the jokes, to understand all the context of those jokes, because sometimes they are so important to understand every character. For instance, like we have these two high school women. They basically young adults, but at the same time we have 6 episodes of this TV show, and in every episode, like, they do something really cringe, really, really embarrassing things, you know? And this woman with long hair, she's basically a main character, you know, and this is her sister. Like, the blonde one to your left, you know, to your left is her sister, and basically they do a lot of strange things, like, you know, sometimes it's too much, sometimes it's really too much for me, but I think that TV show itself is pretty good quality TV show. It's like it's basically, for me, it's like my favorite from UK, probably, because I do not like Heartstopper or whatever, like, UK made, you know, because I have watched a lot of UK TV shows, and I don't think that Heartstopper is one of those I really enjoyed, you know. I didn't really like it. So I prefer really something like with cringe jokes, with more black humor, with more really weird actions and strange situations, like when you cannot really understand, when you cannot really explain actions of characters because they do some weird stuff, like, you know, and you don't know what they meant by doing that, you know, because it looks like too much. But what makes it really interesting, you know. This type of TV shows is what I really prefer to watch. And it has, again, a lesbian couple, but it's not completely a couple. It looks actually like they trying to be, like, you know, involved in this romantic relationship, but they're not together, but they're not even lesbians. The main character, who's a lesbian, this woman with long hair, and her name is Josie, who has a lot of childhood drama. Again, we kind of talked, I said a lot of about childhood dramas in my previous videos, but every time it's the same type of drama. When you have really bad relationship with your parents in your childhood, because they thought that attention that they were giving you, that was really enough, and actually they missed a lot of situations in your childhood when they were actually ignoring you, or when they were just when they were trying to make a choice, you know, you're supposed to make, and making choice is the most important thing that happened in everybody's life. When parents try to make choice, you're supposed to do that choice. You're supposed to actually just choose what's gonna be with your life, what you were gonna do. And again, it was ignored by your parents, and this caused a lot of trauma, because everything bad happening in your life is triggering you, because you think that this all just happening because once I didn't make that choice in my childhood, in my, you know, when I was like adolescent, I didn't make that choice, so it's still causing the same problems for me, like, and it will trigger me, it will just, affect me every day, every fucking second. I don't know. It might sound too much, but it is what it is. And sometimes I really find myself like triggering too much, I really triggering myself by thinking that all my choices from my childhood or from my like school years, high school years, they weren't really my choices, and everything I decided, it wasn't really done by me, because it was influenced by my parents, by my mother, father. So, and this is not good, because sometimes it's just too much to think about, like something, thinking about like something really a huge problem because of your childhood drama. Sometimes it doesn't have any connection. Sometimes it's just a totally new situation that was caused by you, or by completely new circumstances, and it doesn't do anything with your childhood or with your, school years. So actually, we gonna talk about this episode. Episode 2 is basically, it's starting with oh my god, I forgot her name. This is stupid. So her name is Raisa. ¿Qué estás esperando? Is a TV show from October 2024, made in Spain by production studio Atris Media. Atris Media production studio sometimes make really good TV shows. So this time, this is the most beautiful TV show they made. I think this is probably the most underrated. It's gonna be underrated because a lot of people, they will not be able to find any subtitles for this, and they're gonna miss this TV show just because they do not have any type of subtitles, you know. And for me, basically, I never wait till I get something. I prefer just using what I have. And even though I do not have subtitles, I found this solution. You can just try to get a context based on situation. Like this situation, for example, of course, she's trying to explain what happened between her and Raisa. So she's talking to her sisters. One of her sisters is a doctor, Lydia. Again, they're so confused because like you just met each other and you have already slept with each other, and it only took you like a few days to that point, you know. This is basically what I understood, because it's obviously confusing, especially they, like your sisters, look like they more conservative when it comes to relationship. They prefer just traditional way to, you know, like getting on the dates, you know, seeing someone a while and then just, you know, sleep with that person. But it's not what really happened with this woman, because after that lunch, after that meeting, they actually just, you know, they shared numbers, so they got like info, and as soon as possible, actually, Raisa just got Ruth's house, Ruth's apartment. I don't know still if it's Ruth or Ruth, but I prefer to say like Ruth. You know, it's just you know, I really just checked how it should be spelled, and it seems like Ruth, but I didn't ever see any name. I didn't really hear name like this, and this is why it's confusing me, you know. Just look at this, like it's taking her like 1 second, 2 seconds, you know, to bring those emotions and to burst into tears, from stable mood, from really good mood, she's getting into tears. And it looks pretty realistic. I mean, this is why I think she's a beautiful actress. And she's portraying her character like probably really good because of her first of all, because she's actually undoubtedly she's a beautiful woman, and actually she's so attractive. This is so obvious. But first of all, she has pretty good skills in acting. This is what helps you a lot. I think like it's not enough to be just a beautiful person. If you have a beautiful, really attractive appearance on public, sometimes it would be just so good, if it's comprised with some really good skills, like depends on your industry you work in, depends on really what you do. So this is just that situation when someone has everything. She looks good, she plays good, she does everything amazing. At least this is what I have watched, I don't know a lot about her private life, or I do not really follow her. I do not really know a lot of things. Okay, so next scene we're gonna just skip because it has a lot of inappropriate things, so we're gonna just skip it, of course. Basically, this is probably the most this is probably something that I didn't expect to see. Like, it happened, it just popped out of nowhere, because you actually watching this type of date between them. They just drinking a wine, and then just some actually stuff happens like out of nowhere, because this 5 seconds probably the most inappropriate scene in this whole TV show. So you're gonna you're gonna watch it, but I cannot show you this, because even 1 second of that shit could actually get me age restriction and get my video blocked, or something like get my channel strike or something like this, because it's just too much to show. So after this, Jan got notification from the club Zafiro, and the same notification actually arrived to Sonia's phone, and he noticed that, and he was so confused, like they actually arrived at the same time. So that means it is the same message from the same sender, that means that Sonia actually she goes to the same club. So he actually he found connection. But he preferred ignoring it because he didn't do anything with, like, trying to ask her about that place, or if she just going anywhere, like this place, or if she's getting the same messages from some type of places like this. He just ignored that because basically they were enjoying this evening. They were actually trying to spend that night together, but someone just spoiled everything, and she thought that it was her friend whose name is Ginger, and they were making jokes about his name a lot because, like, it sounds funny, and her friend is basically a funny person, who is getting too much information about Sonia's private life, who knows everything about her life, and he knows every person she slept with. She basically shares everything with, like, Ginger. But this is not him, and this person is basically, his name is Luis, and this person is someone she's spending time with at that club, Zafiro. So it's basically like someone she has an affair with. Like, they're not together, obviously they're not a couple, but they're trying to get in that club together if it's possible. So this time it's actually unexpectedly embarrassing situation because Jan actually expected something from that night. He was pretty sure that they were going to spend that night together and they were about to kiss each other, but at this point, like, everything got spoiled by this Luis person. So this is like the situation after which we have one scene, and this is everything happened in episode 2. It's not too much. It's not as good as episode 1, because in episode 1 we basically got way more. We got way more information in terms of the characters, every character, because it was it was just episode 1, so there is like everybody just a new character. But in episode 2 they were trying to focus more on this woman on the screen, but basically I still do not know a lot about her because given my really bad understanding of Spanish language, I probably do not know anything about her, but that she works on airlines and she kind of she's trying to making her relationship works with this man. This is the only thing I really know about her. So this is like the most undisclosed character. I mean, like, it's the most unknown character for me. But we still have 5 more episodes for every character, to be explained. And this situation, like, after they after they were together at Sonia's place, they actually went to different places. This time they didn't go to the same place, to that club. And we can see that this couple, they actually at some type of club or some type of restaurant. I don't know what it is. But these 2 men, they actually just went to some random, or probably one of their favorite bars, and this is the last scene of episode 2. And it looks like they actually attracted this woman to spend night with. So this is basically what happened in episode 2. It's not too much, but it's so balanced. I mean, like, this TV show is balanced as much as possible, because it has all the humor mixed with all the dramas of every character, but at the same time, it's not too much. It's not too much of everything, of anything, because we're getting just to know everyone, equally, and every character just, is pretty interesting. And of course, if you speak Spanish, it would be way easier to understand them. Like, it would be just a huge advantage for you. So this was everything I wanted to talk about, because such brave girls from 2023, so we cannot really talk about a lot of things from this TV show because it was just released long ago, so everybody knows probably. But if you still don't know what this TV show is, this is called Such Brave Girls, so try to find it. It's from UK. It's like it has 6 episodes. It has a lot of humor, cringe, sometimes really weird humor, black humor, but it still suggests something really interesting, to think about your life, because all the characters, they actually they offer you like a roller coaster of emotions, because they do something that you have never watched in any other TV show, because they do something really unique in this TV show. They basically they do everything, because they actually they were trying to find some type of characters that are not like bad or good characters, because they can do everything like in a single TV show they can do everything actually, and it's so spontaneous sometimes, it's like it's just really, you know it's just really good. And it's actually sometimes it's too much, but at the same time, this is actually probably the main thing that uh, distinguishes this TV show, So it makes it actually unique. That humor with all the dramas, with all the crazy actions, and probably this is everything I wanted to say about this TV show. So you gonna watch it. There's nothing more to say. Just watch it, and you actually can see how good it is. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna just go live next week because I do not have anything, and I was trying to put as much as possible in this stream and in my last video, and I feel like I feel not good actually. I don't know why, but thank you anyway. So let's say next week, new TV show, probably a new movie or something new, and we will see. I do not know yet. So thank you for watching, guys. See you later. See you soon. Thank you. Bye.